And tonight's meditation and theme is making meditation a healthy habit and also moving into a 7-point posture meditation with the breath. So just at the start of the class, I like to do a very simple stretch with the breath. And the reason why I do that is because it just brings us into an awareness of our body and brings us inside our autonomic nervous system, making us think and become aware of what's happening inside us in the present moment. So to do that, I'll just invite you to place your hands relaxed, nice and relaxed on your lap. Feel your bottom against the chair, or feel your bottom against whatever it is you're sitting or lying on. Perhaps you are lying down, or perhaps you're seated this evening, and just notice that connection of the base of the spine, the pelvis, and the surface beneath it. And as you breathe, just breathe in an awareness as to what breath is right now in this moment. It's a sensation, and the sensation moves through you. It also brings and gives you life through breath. This is in your body. And as you're focusing on the breath, just notice how your body is today. If you could give your body a word, what would it be? My body feels. We'll do the same thing with the mind, because the mind, although it is an integral part of the body, the mind often can be feeling something different to the body. So have a check-in with your mind and your thoughts and your attention. Just notice where your mind, your thoughts and attention are. Give them a word. Describe them. Maybe the mind and the body together are expressing the same sensation for you, or perhaps they're a little bit different and looking to find some coherence. And on the next in-breath, I just invite you to lift your arms out to the side, just fingertips stretching out. No need to lift up the shoulder and move the fingertips out to the side. And when you breathe out, let the fingertips go down. So breathing in and raising the arms, or if it's not your arms that you're raising, maybe just raise your posture as you breathe in. A sense of lifting as you breathe in. And as you breathe out, just let that lifting sensation relax and balance and rest itself. We'll do that 2 more times. So breathing in and a sense of lifting, and you can express that with your arms or with your posture as you're sitting there or lying, and letting go of the exhale. Brings us into a lovely cycle of breathing in and moving, and breathing out and relaxing. It's good to breathe in when you stand up and breathe out when you sit down. It gives you that extra oomph to get up, no matter what position you're in. If you breathe in as you rise up, you will get the extra energy that you need to move. And if you breathe out as you go down, the same thing will happen for you. I know a lot of people, and I'm one of them, who forget to breathe when we move, which is a little bit of a crazy thing considering our body's using all of the goodness from oxygen. Making meditation a healthy habit. How long does it take to create a habit? And you're welcome to pop in anywhere, anytime there in the boxes if you want to join in. How long does it take? Well, it's said to create a habit, it takes approximately 21 days. But to really ingrain it, I would say to double or triple it. But 21 days is going to get your muscles used to an idea. And the reason why we're talking about creating habits is because we're looking to make meditation practice a healthy habit. So we're expecting to create a daily practice of meditation that we can easily integrate into our life so that we can reap the benefits, notice the benefits for ourselves and everyone as well. It can be helpful to stick with the same meditation for this. So, for example, you might want to do the 7-point posture meditation that we've introduced you to before, and you may want to choose the breath meditation. Whichever one it is, give it a go for 21 days. Follow the same meditation. Notice how your journey goes with that same meditation, and keep a journal of it and just notice how long you're able to spend concentrated on the one thing. So with our meditations at the moment, we're looking at focusing and concentrating on one thing, whether it's the breath or the body posture. We're looking to focus our mind inwards on that one thing to bring stillness and to allow our postures and our exercises to flourish and really blossom. And once you do get to that point where you can be in the meditation posture, and some days you'll be 70% distracted by other thoughts and things to fiddle around with, but some days you'll be 70% engaged with that meditation practice, and you'll notice the difference because you suddenly get that feeling of like, oh, I was just away and now I'm back. It's a beautiful, beautiful feeling. However you practice it though, as long as you're practicing, then you're winning, you're doing the right thing, because meditation is always a practice. It's never a perfect. We're constantly delving deeper into our expression of meditation and what that is for us. Whatever works for you, whatever's working for you at the moment, carry on doing it. We said last week that if you want to ultimately be able to meditate for 30 minutes, start by meditating for 15 minutes and go from there, move upwards, so you can give yourself a healthy target as to how long you want to meditate for. When I started meditating, it was a half-hour meditation. I just loved it. I was right in with a half an hour meditation, and I absolutely loved journaling, and I was really keen and enthusiastic about documenting all of the changes and experiencing that I was having physically, mentally, and with my soul connection as well. So 3 minutes for Amanda, 3 minutes is just all you need really to feel a benefit of tuning into yourself, gaining presence and finding a still point. You see, with meditation, for me, one of the aims is to have a still point in between the push and the pull of any activity. Every action has its opposite. So stress and complete relaxation, collapse on the floor, or there's happiness and there's sadness. Every activity has its opposites. But with meditation, it brings you to the center. It brings you to the center of that opposite. And when you're in the center of those two opposites, you're in a very still point. You're in a neutral zone. And in that neutral zone, the posture of the body can find a neutral zone. The mind can find a neutral zone, and everything around you can find that center neutral zone, even if it's just for a split second. That's lovely. Loving kindness meditations, yeah, 5 minutes before, it does all help. Thank you for typing in there with your messages. Like any kind of exercise regime, meditating is like exercising your mind. So always aim to start small and work your way up gradually as your mind muscles strengthen. So when I teach mindfulness with children, I do give them the example of the mind gym. Meditation is the mind gym. Mindfulness is certainly the mind gym, because the object of mindfulness is to remain present exactly in the moment of your experience. And often when we're being present in our experience, the here and now, Our monkey mind can run forward into the future as to what we've got to do next, or it can jump from the present into the past. And it just gradually working up, that builds those muscles of resilience to enable you to remain within that center point of meditation. And you will experience that. You will all experience that center still point of meditation tonight with the 7-point posture meditation with symbols, mindfulness meditations, breathing meditations, or even concentrating meditations where you're counting in a certain pattern. For example, breathing in for 5 counts and breathing out for 5 counts. The activity of counting and focusing on the numbers and the breath brings you into a present moment. So all you have to do is count and breathe and remain within that moment. And as you do that, the rest of you just balances out into this blissful calm and peace. And you experience that for a few minutes, but it stays with you for a long time. And it grows. Every time you go there, it grows. Honestly, it's a beautiful thing to be doing. So we've also got, don't be afraid to try out new techniques. Have a go if you want to slightly adjust any of the techniques as well. Do so, be a scientist, experiment with your meditation practice. And if there's something you find that works for you, perhaps you've chosen a different object of observation, like you concentrate on a flower, or you want to concentrate on a flame, or perhaps you've concentrated on some music at some point. Whatever changes you make, share them and do experiment with them. It's really good to do that, even if you don't connect with one. If you don't connect with one particular meditation, don't dismiss it forever, because you might come back with it to it. Okay, when I was a child, I really, really didn't like coleslaw, but now I love it. And I enjoy it so much. And if I'd have stayed off coleslaw because I didn't like it when I was a kid, I would never be able to enjoy it now. So do go back to meditations, even if they don't work for you the first time, they're really good for you. So the point is to keep at it and don't criticize or judge your practice. Keto coleslaw, yes. I have to get coleslaw with no sugar in because I'm on keto at the moment. So even if you don't connect with it, don't dismiss it, but keep trying and keep going with it. I always say you will never be perfect at meditation. I don't think it's possible to be a perfect meditator. We're all practicing meditators constantly. Oh, Nicola's on keto too. I did have 3 days off for my birthday. It was my birthday at the weekend and I had 3 days off. So at the moment, I'm diving back into the keto process. I hope I get there without the flu and everything again. So keep at it. Don't attach to an outcome that you think you've got. What have we got here? I'm enjoying the chat tonight. We're joining in. Changes. 40 days. Yes. So Mayra tried something for 40 days and you carried on with that until you felt the effects of that. And is that right? That's brilliant. Months later, you noticed the effect. It's true. The tiny changes inside your synapses and neural pathways aren't immediately noticeable. It takes time to notice the change that these meditation practices bring you, which is a great thing. So don't dismiss anything. Try it another time and see if that's the perfect piece for you when you really need it. The point is to keep at it. Don't judge yourself. So if you're doing it wrong or you feel like just packing in, I'm going to say, don't leave your meditation space. Stay in the meditation space for the amount of time you wanted to stay in the meditation space and go through with the amount of time that you've given yourself, whether or not you feel that you are resistant to meditation at that point, or whether you're just running running with the horses in meditation. Just stay there, even if you feel that it's not working. Make that time, make that space your special time for meditation to happen. Because if you leave that space, then you've let that feeling of not gaining anything win. So you don't want that. You want to be able to overcome that so that you're ready to continue with it. It's also good to find a meditation that you make very good friends with for those moments. For me, it's sound. If ever I'm meditating, doing a different meditation, a breath work, or if I'm doing a kind of counting or visualization meditation, and I just don't feel that it's working for me, I'm going to go back to my sound. I'm going to listen to my sound and tune into sound, and I will just disappear with sound and become in that still center point by listening to sound, because I know that I love it. And when you're doing the meditation teachers training, you will experience so many different meditations that you will be best friends with so many different meditations, and yet able to try something else or have a go at something else and go back to one that you really like because you know it. Your vocabulary of meditation experiences is what you pick up on the Guided Minds teacher training. So you will experience yourself so many different meditations, and you'll be able to share that with others. So if somebody else is having the similar problem or similar experience with a meditation they don't feel they're gelling with, you have the vocabulary to give them a new one. Try the spinning spine meditation, try the walking meditation. It's really brilliant. So we've got the meditation on the 7-point posture this evening. I'm going to have a read through the comments again here because we've got some lovely interaction. I'm usually so good at meditation, but I was away on a hotel on Saturday night and I just could not get in the space, was awake all night, strange environment, not feeling so safe. Yeah. So there is a thing about being in different environments. And obviously, I think that this hotel room had brought around a feeling that made you have that feeling of not being safe and so not able to meditate. And I've had that too. I once tried to meditate in the woods in Austria, and of course it was pitch black and I was terrified. So I just ran back to my hostel and thought I can't do it, because I wanted to meditate in the dark, in the pitch black on this hill under the stars, but it was really spooky. And so actually I said, I'm going to go somewhere where I can feel safe. So as long as there's somewhere, if you take with you something, for example, a tea light, or if you take with you a crystal or a picture, something that you always meditate with at home when you're traveling, take that with you if you're going somewhere new, so that you have a part of your regular meditation place with you. So that would be the object of concentration. And the goal of meditating when you're in a new place, a strange environment, not feeling safe, would be to go into your one place of focus and bring yourself back to that calm place. It would work as an anchor. So anchoring is something big that we learn in NLP and hypnotherapy. And it's something that brings you back to a feeling, a sensation that is the sensation that you're after. So it could be a sensation of feeling amazing, blissful, happy. It could be your feeling of safety. It could be your feeling of calm. And when you have those things around you at your shrine, you see a lot of belief faiths having shrines with them, and even portable shrines. I have a portable shrine, which is literally just a folded out photograph of a deity. Sometimes I'll have Ganesh or Buddha or some flowers, and you just open it out and it's right in front of you, and that's you in the meditation position with your point of focus for as long as you need to do that. Yeah, we do quite a lot of NLP in the course as well. It's really handy because Amanda Therapy NLP and all of her counseling skills and therapeutic skills behind a Chinese medicine, and I'll be leading the course as well, being a graduate of the College of Hypnotherapy. So being able to translate these experiences using clinical and scientific language is just amazing. So I absolutely love doing that. We're going to go into questions. Does anybody have any questions, or would anybody like to share anything about habits, or any ways that, any questions you might have about how to make that habit work for you? Having a nice space to meditate, the same place all the time. It's good to include smells and scents and that you like. Engage the sensory system when you're creating your regular meditation space. The music that you're going to want to have, if you want music. If you don't want music, you don't have to have it. You can have silence, complete silence. Nicola, we go into that question, is it better for the mind to do guided or being still meditation? Because there are benefits for both. And in the course, you are taught meditation practices, which are the silent meditation, the focused internal meditation, and we also give you guided meditations to follow. And there is no right or wrong. Eventually, you will always be guiding yourself to a point of meditation. A guided meditation is great for you to lead you and to guide you. Guided meditations do exactly that. They guide you to relax. They guide you to the point of focus for the subject of the meditation. So if it's peace, loving kindness, gratitude, if it's sharing, if it's self-love, a guided meditation will take you to that place and guide you there. If you are doing a silent meditation on self-love, you might just need to focus within yourself on the word love, or imagine whatever self-love means to you. And you're not being guided as such by a stream of words, but you are being guided by your inner feeling. And either way gets you to the point of stillness and calm and peace that you need to get to. Okay, so we're going to go into the 7-point posture meditation, which is a lovely one. So I'd like you all to make sure that however you're seated and however you are positioned at the moment, your hips are in line with or just slightly above your knees. So that might mean that you have to give yourself a cushion or a yoga block. These are great for getting things like this. We all love a sit down in the lounger, but for the meditation, the purpose is not to fall asleep. And very often, once you start to go within and you turn your senses inside yourself, it brings around the feeling of wanting to go to sleep. And another way to avoid the sleep or nodding off is to keep your eyes ever so slightly open. It's called the lion's stare. And if you just have them a tiny bit open so that you're still receiving light from the external world, and yet you are also withdrawn and retreated inside your awareness too. So welcome to this meditation on mindfulness of body with symbols. In this meditation, we're going to use symbols. We're going to embellish the 7 points of the body so that the mind both has more interest, but also can bring certain qualities to help the meditation. Each of the parts of the body, we're going to contemplate a certain quality of that part of the body. We're going to try and bring that quality into the meditation. I'm just going to share the screen with some lovely music. Great. Just give me a thumbs up, Amanda, if you can hear my voice over the music. Yeah.
I can hear your voice, but not the music.
Okay, hang on a minute. Let me go back into the screen share.
Please go to advanced. You can share just the sound, I think.
Tanya, can you hear the music now?
Yeah, just turn it down a little bit.
All good?
Down.
Perfect, thank you. Down.
Tiny bit more. Just so it's background. It's okay.
You got it?
Yeah, I think that'll be perfect. Thank you.
That good, lovely. Fabulous. So I invite you to gaze down, look at something that you find really calming, something that you're going to be able to use frequently, or you can close your eyes with a very slight gap between the eyelids, okay? So legs. When we're thinking about the legs, we want to think about the foundational elements in our life. So the stability, the support, and even the promise to stay in meditation and bring that stability to mind as we think about that part of our body. Allow your breath to flow gently and softly. And allow your awareness to be on the legs, the foundational elements. Stability. And the colour can be red. Connected to the earth. And any action we do is grounded in that stability and support of groundedness. So as we connect to that symbol of foundation, we also bring that quality now into our meditation. And now the second point of the body is our spine. Keeping it nice and straight, allowing natural curvature, the correct position for your natural body, allowing that to sink in. And you'll notice your body making adjustments to bring that comfort to you. Especially as the foundational element of the legs are connected and stable and grounded. This stability and groundedness moves through to our spine, so that it's flexible enough to deal with any disturbances that come our way. And as we think about our back, we can bring to mind the qualities of the water element, the ability to flow and move in relation to our meditation practice. Flow and move in relation to our meditation practice. And keeping our back nice and straight. Allows for all our organs to function properly. Whether that's the flow of the blood, or the movement of the heart, or the flow of the digestion, even the energetic impulses in our nervous system, running up and down our body. Keep in mind when we think of the back, that ability to flow and be flexible with your meditation practice. And the third part of our body that we must concentrate is that of our hands folded together at our navel, which is the center of fire in our body. It's the chakra of the fire element. And we think about how the fire element gives us that energy and that creativity to deal with challenges in our meditation practice. Consider that our hands balanced in the center line of our body. Bring that equanimity between the various parts of our meditation practice that we need to bring together. Like the still point between dullness and distraction. That balance between pushing too hard and being too lazy. The sort of balance between yin and yang, feminine and masculine. All of these different parts of our mind need to come together in the center to be balanced. And this is a way we can remind ourselves by contemplating the balance of our hands. The fourth point, the arms, just gently at our sides, slightly outward, as if they are ready to unfold like wings. Unfolding to give us balance and giving us those two parts of meditation, the wisdom aspect of our knowing mind, and also the open-heartedness connected to the emotions aspect, which also need to be in balance in order for us to deepen our meditation practice. This is symbolized by the air element, the ability to just have space to let everything be as it is naturally. So we've got the four elements with the four lower parts of the body. And just notice the breath and the four lower parts of the body, how they're connected, and how these elements are working together. The earth as the foundation, the water flowing as the spine, the fire, our dedication and enthusiasm for meditation, and the air, the space to let everything be as it is naturally. And as we move on to the upper parts, our head can remind us, for example, that the quality of mindfulness, or that observer that is always looking at the mind to see where it's distracted. This is the quintessence of meditation. This ability to know when you're distracted and to bring yourself back to the meditation object. As you contemplate your neck and head to see that it's in alignment, bring that quality of mindfulness or power observer, power of observance to your meditation practice. And with our jaw, checking that it's in the right position. We can also think the wetness of the mouth reminds us that all meditation should be wetted by the compassion and the intention to do good. For both ourselves and others. So let it be a reminder to check in. To check in that you're with the right intention, an open heart, an open heart, so important in cultivating good meditation practice. And finally, with the last point of the body, the eyes. Although we are slightly gazing outwards, we must remember that the gaze, the real gaze of meditation, is inwards into our own mind, trying to get insight into the workings of our own mind. And the workings of our meditation practice, so that we can deepen our meditation practice and be of benefit to both ourselves and others. And if these symbols are working for you, then please use them as often as you like when you check all the different 7 points of the body. And you are free to bring in any other symbology which comes to you during this meditation. You are free to associate other qualities to each of the 7 parts of the body, allowing them to appear. Whatever works for you to enhance your meditation practice. Keep flowing through the 7 parts of the body with symbols. As much as you need to for the next minute or so. So that you can take the time you need to flow through the symbols of the 7 points of your body. And everything will be done. Well done. You are ready to rise from your meditation practice. Just by allowing the eyes to open more fully, you extend all that you have achieved and gained from that meditation, and you are simply expanding your awareness to the here and now more fully by opening your eyes. Well done, everybody, for that meditation practice. So, does anybody have any comments or questions about that meditation practice? How were the symbols for you?
By symbols, Neil, did you mean the earth and the air and all that sort of thing? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
so
think
when I say the word symbols, your subconscious will bring you something to represent the different parts of the body. Yes, so the earth, the air, the water, and the fire.
Yeah.
For me, it's a little different. For me, it's just reminding myself about just how lucky I am to have legs that move and walk and can carry me places. I think that, you know, it's important to remember how lucky I am to be able to move around the planet, travel places and move using my legs. And then I think about my arms and hands and how I can hold and touch and give people cuddles. So for me, I'm very kinesthetic. So I automatically think about, you know, when I think about my neck, I think, yes, there's a little bit of tension there. Maybe I need that more of a balance of mind. So it really brings me into my body, because I find that I live in my head a lot. I'm always thinking, I'm always asking questions, I'm always overthinking, overchecking, researching, and I love doing all those things. But it's really healthy to just switch off a little bit or slow down a little bit. I mean, if I did this with my hand all day long, I'd soon end up with a really sore hand. And this is what I'm doing with my brain all day long. So it's just lovely to bring myself
What happened?
together.
What happened for you, Geraldine? Was that you asked the question, didn't you, about the symbols?
Yeah.
What did you? What happened? What happened with the meditation for you? What did you experience?
I kind of I did close my eyes fully, and after it got to a certain point, I drifted off a little bit, but then felt
Yeah.
tingling. I think when you were doing the navel one, or when we were putting our arms out, tingling in the tip of one of my thumbs, and it felt really
Okay.
energetic
Yeah.
and almost like an electric shock, but not a very mild, like, yeah, pulsing. And I know that can happen. Yeah, so that was quite interesting. I don't know what that meant, or
Yeah.
yeah.
That's your sensory way of feeling things, kinesthetic. So the word symbol brought around a kinesthetic feeling for you as I went through the different parts of the body. So your feeling mode in that meditation tonight was sensory,
Mm,
kinesthetic.
mm, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it does because
Yeah.
like Amanda, I live in my head, and I felt the grounding in my legs, but also it's
Mm,
nice to take a little tour around your body and just check in with yourself and kind of feel
yeah.
that
Yeah.
peace, that tranquility. It's very important, isn't it, in this busy,
Oh
crazy world we
yeah,
live
it
in?
is.
Yeah,
Absolutely. I know. And even our thinking mind often says to us, oh no, don't sit down and do that. That's why it often takes a little bit of time to actually get into it and feel the benefit of it. And when
yeah.
you do, like you say, it's just beautiful.
And I nearly fell asleep, I think, and then just got a bit of slight adrenaline wake up kind of feeling as well. And yeah, so that was, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
interesting.
good. Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you so much for sharing that. Thank you. Mm. Okay, lovely. So, keep sharing if you'd like to. Otherwise, I will hand over to Amanda and stop recording and say thank you very much for coming to tonight's class. I'm going to hand over to Amanda, who's going to give you a quick walk through the teacher training portal on the site, but I will still be here with blue hair.